well, technically we are on right now. Okay, someone already said Zoe is a noob, so I guess we're live. There you go.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
Aw,
I'm still seeing the host there. I should just refresh probably.
yeah, that should actually work just fine.
All right. Should we wait a little bit until people get to
Quite
actually
so.
join?
Yeah, I mean we can wait just a few minutes for everybody to be in there.
Everyone can see the magnificent artwork that I've
Yeah,
created to hide everything. Took me quite a work, I'll be honest. This is something that I wasn't prepared for. I put all my heart and energy into it, and this is how it looks like. I think this is pretty successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the review stream for June, and be prepared because this month we have two incredible bosses and 25 teams that have joined, and they have outdone themselves. We have incredible times, Sam, and this is gonna be amazing.
indeed. This is my first time reviewing the rating league, which is why I'm very thankful to Zoe for being there with me to direct the overall stream and also correct me if I have anything wrong that comes out of my mind and sadly passes the barrier of my mouth. In the end, the goal is for us to show you guys all of the different performances that have been done by people, this on each of the bosses and in each of the divisions of the league. And for each boss and each division, we will show the top 3 point of views handpicked by Zoe and I.
So this is gonna be very interesting. I was really impressed. I'll be honest. I have gotten throughout the week all the logs from every single team, and I have to say, very, very impressive. This is something that I wasn't expecting. Silver League, people are definitely not silver. This is all I'm gonna say. A really, really top performance from every team. So just a recap on how the rating league works before we actually go into it. The teams has had a week to produce a log, and actually just 1 hour. So 1 week preparation for only an hour of actual grinding. So there's a lot of surprise in the leaderboard. All the kills are not as grinded as you would see them on a record. However, we are gonna see something incredible. We are gonna be unveiling the leaderboard, and you guys can see
Indeed.
how the teams did.
Yeah, as I saw in the chat, some people are complaining that this is just a top 3 and that the previous time it was a top 5. However, what's very important to look at is that this is still a work in progress, if I am not mistaken. The previous stream had specific workings and this one has others. As you can see, this is still not looking as pro as it could be, but we're progressing towards finding a format both for the revealing and the stream that you guys would feel okay with. So,
Although I have to disagree here, Sam. I think the artwork is really top quality.
yeah, the artwork is top quality, of course, but everything else is a work in progress. The artwork would be kept. Like, this is professional paint skills. I am impressed, personally.
I sure hope so. All right, Sam, I think we can get started.
Definitely
We're going to
so.
be starting with Cairn and with the bottom of the Silver League Cairn leaderboard.
Yeah. So just
I'm going to let
before
you.
we get started, I'm just going to tell everybody that the idea is that we have the small screen right now that you can see here for me to show the teams. And then when we're going to get to the point of views, I'll have a much bigger screen for you guys to look at the action. Because this is all spreadsheets and they don't need to be full screen. We'd rather have the chat somewhere in there. Anyways, let's get started. So, on the Cairn leaderboard in the Silver League, the last team is none other than Mistwin. So
Mistwind, Mistwind had a
they
little bit of problems this week, unfortunately. They had a problem with some of the members. They had a lot of problem on Doom, and they could not finish, unfortunately. And they decided to withdraw from the competition to actually focus on their individual play. I think that's a very wise decision from them, and I am being told that they are going to be coming back next month, and they are going to be stronger than ever. So really, a very poor performance here, but I am going to be looking forward with that team. Looking forward.
All right, so let's not make any hasty jokes at the poor fellas from Mistwind. They have tried, as Zoe said, they're going to be working on their own performances. And what matters is how you place and work in the long run, not your performance on one specific instance of the league.
Absolutely.
Anyhow,
Also,
this.
one thing to note is teams only have 1 hour to generate a log, so there's always can be some kind of a problem, if the team is unable to pull out a strat that they wanted to go for that's too difficult because of the pressure. This is always something that you have to keep in mind.
Yes.
Honestly, thank you, Mr. Win, for participating. I'm looking forward to see you next month. Let's
All
continue,
right.
Sam.
Yeah, let's get to the 18th team, which is none other than the elitist Pug United, who also had a little bit of an issue, and I'm going to let Zoe comment on their actual performance and situation.
And unfortunately, Elitist Pug United didn't have the members to play, so they could not submit a log at all. This is the only story about them. They just couldn't get their members.
I guess
Unfortunately.
they mistook the instance of the tournament they enrolled into. This is not the ERP or the ARP where the goal is to play with less than 10 people, and so they found themselves at a loss. Poor fellas. Let's move on and have a look at the 17th people on the leaderboard, which are Boss Needs Ice Physics and Echo, who
All right.
had the, well, I guess quite so average time of 141.
And
So
I have
if
to
you've got
say,
something.
even though it's the bottom of the leaderboard, I have to say 141 is quite impressive. There is so we're starting to see the teams actually getting a timeout, and we're only gonna see more impressive times as we move up. I think we can pick up the pace a little bit because I don't think I have any something to say for each of the guilds.
All right.
That's
Then
just gonna
let's
be a bit
actually,
awkward.
yeah, let's actually move on. So I'm just going to say the name of the teams and the scores they got. So 16th position, Pragmatic Rating. They got a time of 133, which gives them 11 points. Next up is Raids Are Like to Farm. Rilf. I kind of like this name, to be fair. So
It is a pretty good name, that is for sure.
yeah, so they got a timer of 125, which is not bad by any puck standards, but however, doesn't get them to make any good cut onto this leaderboard. Next
I
up,
want to make a correction. It's not 125 is nowhere. It's impossible to see in pugs. I am not sure if you're pugging often, but we're in the territory of speedruns around that time
125.
frame.
Oh yeah, I mean,
120 is really, really impressive.
all right. I kind of assumed that the times I would get with my static would be something that pugs could get nowadays, but it is true that the quality of pug runs is going kind of
It has
downhill,
degraded a bit,
Yeah, they
absolutely.
used to be better before. Like you could get a good reset run that would actually get you all the raids done before noon. Now, no way in hell you're gonna get that. Anyways, next up are the commanders. No idea what a Kim is, but anyways, they got 124, just a second better than the raids I like to farm, which is quite good, I'd say, but still doesn't quite make the
Having a
cut.
1 second improvement on Cairn is quite the feat, actually. Having 1 second off is quite impressive. And as we can see in the points, you are very well rewarded for your second off the previous team. 3 more points than Rilf. Kim's placing themselves at 36 points on Cairn.
Indeed. And next, we are moving on to my chilling alternative, MCA. They got a timer of 122, 2 seconds better than the previous contenders, which, as Zoe just pointed out, is an incredible improvement. Grinding for a few seconds is usually what got teams to drop out of tournaments previously. So right now, if anything, we should be extremely proud of seeing these kind of performances from the people who enrolled in the rating league.
Absolutely. MCA, there's a little bit of a story about them. It's a second branch of a gold team that tried out to best their gold counterparts. I think they are not quite there yet, but I'm really looking forward to them in the next rounds. Really some promising players inside that team. Maybe next month we will see them best their MCA gold counterpart.
All right. If I'm allowed just any form of jokes, I'm kind of sad that they didn't try to stick a word starting in Y at the start of your guild name, because they could have gone for the best guild tag ever had they done so.
That's true, Sam. That is
Yeah,
very true.
I'm kind of sad, you know. They deserve that 13th place. They didn't go for the pun. They didn't deserve to win.
I don't think we can reward them more. Yeah, maybe we'll see them. Maybe next month we will see them rename, and then we can exchange a lot of money and make
Yeah.
it work. Maybe work it out.
Definitely.
All right.
The 12th
Let's move on
position
to
is Last Call Before Dawn. So the guild tag is Rise. They got the same time as my chilling alternative, so that gets them exactly the same score. Do you have anything
Absolutely.
specific to say, or should we move onwards to the next team to see whether or not they improve the timer?
Rise is a guild I wanted to see compete. They are not tryharders by heart. I do know a lot of them, and I'm quite impressed of the time. 122 is quite impressive, and they are 12th and not 13 because I had to I checked the POVs, and they're actually 500 milliseconds quicker than MCA. Really impressive from Rise, I'll be honest.
That's actually quite impressive. I mean, looking at timers with milliseconds reminds me of the old dungeon run records, and this is something that I wasn't expecting to see in this league. Because, truth be told, to all of you who are watching the stream, I didn't look at the leaderboards. I had no look at it. I had no looks at the POVs. I am discovering this with you. Zoe is the only one who knows about this all, and hearing that teams fought to the last millisecond makes me incredibly happy.
Then, Sam, hold on to your socks because the top leaderboard is going to be very incredible.
All right, then let's look at the 11th place, shall we? Aspiring Brotherhood. Pact is their guild tag, and they got 121. So right now, what I'm seeing is that teams are kind of, stalling at that 120-ish mark. We've seen like 5 teams between 121 and 125. So that kind of goes to show that teams are starting to feel that 120 is a goal to reach, and some sort of skill ceiling should be around that timer.
Absolutely.
All right, next is the 10th team, the Task Force Raid TKR at 120. So as we were saying, the 120 mark looks like it is kind of the plateau for these teams, the one limit they're not going to cross. And I'm really expecting a lot because there are, if I'm not mistaken, 9 more teams to look at in the Silver League. So how far has they gotten? Jesus.
As we're starting to go into the top 10, we are going to be saying times below 120, and this is really going to be very interesting. We're only going to be watching the 3 top ones, but all the teams in the top 10 were absolutely incredible. Incredible strats, incredible comps, and I have to say huge shout outs to all the guilds for all their effort that they put into it. We can move on to top 9, Sam.
All right. And it is Codicus Ministry. So behind that very roleplay-ish name, we see a timer of 118. Damn, so they actually broke the previous score by over 2 seconds. That's crazy, you know? Like the people
Yeah.
below them were fighting for that 1 second, and here they are just putting 2 seconds in there calmly and surely.
They are not here to play. They are here to come to take the ninth place of the leaderboard. 2 seconds is insane. And Sam, we want to see the number 8 because we can see we have also another 2 seconds shaven off top ninth.
Oh my god, indeed! We have the Alliance de Dragrimard, which got the 8th place with 1 minute 16. So I'm actually quite proud because French people being better than the internationals, gotta enjoy it.
But you know, Sam, there's a French team in gold as well, which
Indeed, I do. I do. They're the best.
we are going to be
The French
seeing
people
them.
are always the best. I'm biased. I'm sorry. There you have it.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but I will not go into that subject now. All right, let's move on to top 7 of Cairn's silver leaderboard.
Donkeys of the league behind the Giltag IA. And they got a timer of 1:15, putting them just a second better than the French team down below. Actually, I'm wondering if that guild tag has anything to do with the team that participated in Mighty Teapot's ERP2. I think that was back in 2018. There was a team under the same guild tag. Maybe it is an offspring, maybe not. But their timer is definitely good.
I can't answer that. I have no idea actually if that's a team made up for the event or if that team already played in some events. However, yeah, I have to admit 115, really impressive. 61 points, well played to Donkeys of the league.
All right. Then we are gonna be moving on to the 6th team on the leaderboard, and that is Scuffed Opening GG. That's a name I can get behind. They got a timer of 1:14, which is yet another second better than the previous people. Like, what I'm really enjoying here is that I see that what I initially thought to be the plateau, at the 120 mark, has been completely smashed by this competition. These people have broken an entire 6 second from people who were just 5 spots below. That is crazy. Now, the amount of effort and practice that went into what they did probably means that this score was the fruit of extreme labor and not simply luck and good RNG.
Absolutely, Sam. And as a reminder, the 1 minute mark is the current world record on Cairn.
1-9.
So the teams really are getting close.
Wow.
As the rank 5 Cairn is 107. So,
oh my god. Oh my god. You just said the time. I need to reveal it now. Wait.
I mean the rank 5
of gold.
No. Sam, the rank 5 on speedrun.com on the general speedrun leaderboard.
Damn. Right, I actually don't look at the speedrun website. I just look at the YouTube videos to know who is the best. And since I'm only subbed to the Snowcross channels, I only know the Snowcross people. There you go. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I rarely do too, but I went to check because the times are so impressive. I wanted to see if any of them have ranked one of the times into the global leaderboard.
Yeah. But yeah, so
we might see that.
Oh, there you go.
We might see that maybe in the higher leaderboard, who knows?
So yeah, so the 5th team was do it again, but better. That is actually a very good mindset if you want to make any form of progress when playing video games, especially when competing in a speedrun manner. You just gotta give it up, start again. That's the way it goes if you really want to grind for the best numbers.
And I think they did it.
It's pretty good.
And they did it many times, and they did it better many times. 113, absolutely smashing it. Top 5 with 67 points.
Jesus. So let's move to the 4th place, Lonely Raiders in Your Area, with a timer of 1:11. Wow. Okay, that's actually crazy.
This is only top 4. Sam.
Wow. Okay, like that's actually really crazy. This kind of numbers, this kind of speed, I'm not expecting it. Like I want to see the POVs. I want to know how these guys are getting these kind of timers. But we're
And
not
all
even
the
in the top
POVs are
3
going to
yet.
be all the POVs are going to be available once we end the stream. I'm going to make them all live into a nice tidy spreadsheet, and you will be able to watch all of the guilds. Some guilds have even sent 6 POVs because you don't have enough of POVs, right?
Jesus.
But
Like
anyway,
that's actually crazy, you know, to think that these teams went through the effort of providing so many POVs. This is the kind of effort that makes me really proud to be able to cast such an event. And now we're finally revealing
I'm
the
quite
top
happy
3.
that you are. All right, let's go on to top 3.
Okay, I'm actually, I actually don't want to look, and I want to look at the same time. Kind of hard. So the number 3 on the silver leaderboard is gonna be But My DPS. All right.
Oh my.
That's actually a very
110.
good team. 110. 110. You know, once you break through like a 10-second range, you always feel special. Like you got into the next 10-second range. You know you're there. You know you're part of the people who made it. Right? And actually, I just want to add a little something about But My DPS because Zoe, you were able to say stuff about all the teams below this one. But actually, I know of a person in But My DPS, and they asked me for a very special favor, which I shall honor in front of this stream.
Yeah.
They asked me to say the motto of the team. And so, if mechanics down you, you know we could rest. But after all, the title is But My DPS. There you have it.
All
These
right.
guys don't
Nice.
have time to rest. They don't give a fuck. They're in here.
They're here to get the top 3 leaderboard.
There you go. You said it the best way. They're here to win. They don't have time. So there we go. Let's keep moving on.
So we can actually watch
no,
the
let's
POV
watch
before.
that POV.
Yeah, that's
sure.
probably a good idea, Sam.
That's a good idea.
Let's
So
get ahead of it.
Cairns done by DPS. Let's put that in
Sam,
full screen.
Sam, could you hide the link of the spreadsheet, pretty please?
Hide the link of the spreadsheet. Oh yeah, I should actually do that.
is-
I'm not quite sure how to, however. So
All right. So meanwhile, I am gonna be preparing to cast the DPS incredible performance 110 top 3 leaderboard. They are coming with a comp that I can't see because the stream is buffering. But
yeah,
I
I'm quite
will
sorry
get-
about that. And actually, I'm
It's
sorry about
absolutely
another
fine.
thing. I am hiding part of the RDPS log. Like I couldn't know that. I couldn't know where to put the chat box. So if you'll just give me 1 second, I'll move the chat box to the other side of the screen where the minimap is so that everyone can have a look at the full RDPS tab. Do people want that? Do you want that, though? Shall I move the chat box around?
Honestly, Sam, it is up to you. I'm not sure if it is that important since we have the timer. However, if you want to
Alright.
go the extra mile, you can go ahead and do it.
I mean, we're just going to start like this, and if people want to see the full RDPS tab, they can see all the POVs in your spreadsheet after the stream, right?
Absolutely.
Then we will go like this, and we're going to see how it goes. 1
And there
minute,
is
10 seconds, 877 milliseconds. The third comer of the Silver League, none other than But My DPS. Let's watch
I'm gonna
this
let you cast
together.
a little bit, Sam.
Oh my god. I mean,
I'm just
I've
gonna
never watched this.
delete the current thing and remake it
Okay.
so that we have actual private thing.
All right, let's go. Okay, that's actually a skill clicker point of view. No. Okay, I'm kind of sad. I mean, these guys got top 3 by skill clicking. Are you serious? I mean, that's a very clean rotation nonetheless. The fuck? This guy has nearly 40,000 DPS by skill clicking. No, that's not okay.
I don't know if all of them are skill clicking. However, this
I
very
mean,
POV,
this guy is almost first.
they
Oh my god.
they decided to assert dominance and send only one POV from a skill clicker. This is a peak.
I mean, just look at it. The guy has over
This is peak
36,000 DPS. The fuck.
You don't.
My god, I don't even get that by using my keyboard. That dude plays in 4 dimensions. I don't know how he's doing this. The fuck? Like, we're not even seeing all the mechanics. Cairn has not slammed the arena with his arm. He doesn't even have the time. It's already over. The fuck?
Cairn doesn't. He cannot handle the skill clicking.
Oh my god, what the... I mean, like, come on. Come on. This is what the league is giving us? Oh my god. I can't even. Like, jeez. Oh my god.
I sent you the new one.
You sent me the new one. You mean a link to the
Yeah. If you could hide it, that would be very appreciated.
I'm not quite sure I'm able to hide it that simply, to be fair, because that would...
You can add an image on OBS if you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add. But like, did you delete the previous link?
Absolutely.
I hate you, because that means I'm gonna have to open Discord and fetch the new link. Jesus.
Oh.
So this actually means we're gonna need a few seconds to reorganize ourselves, and I need to put a picture over the over this part.
This is a professional stream. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't quite expecting you to delete the previous link, but I guess that just makes sense. So I need to add a picture.
There is no quick way.
To hide this. My god.
So in the meantime, if you want to say something in chat, I will just do some stream interaction. Right. I've heard it works very well on Twitch.
All right, you handle the people. I see what I can do about the rest.
I see a lot of love in the chat, and I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for participating to the raiding league. It's been a blast to organize this league. I am not the owner, however. I am just an administrator, so all credit goes to Calador for coming up with that idea, and we just improved on it. And this month we can have a fantastic event with relatively no issues. Let's not talk about the stream. I really appreciate all the teams, 25 teams that went out of their way to produce insane times on both Cairn and Doom. And as we all know, both of them have a very terrible pre-event. And sitting through all the pre-events every time is definitely something that needs to be recognized. And honestly, I can't wait to resume watching the leaderboard because top 3, 110. But my DPS, putting out the impressive comp, they went for Firebrand Soulbeast comp, if I'm not mistaken, which is not really a way that's seen too often. We know in the CND record they went with 7 Condi Soulbeasts, 1 Chrono and 1 Power Renegade, and these guys...
Jesus,
these
man,
guys went on...
You really got me there. Like, you're putting me in quite the predicament.
You could use the no spoiler thing if you can find it.
I mean, I'm using 2 different computers, so you're gonna have to bear with me for a few extra seconds. However, I'd really like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to test this, even though right now we can see that we have a wee bit of a struggle.
There is no struggle whatsoever. It's only makes the stream more interesting. Thank you, Sam, for being here. What kind of strats were submitted and which one did I like the most? Also, someone just said F11 would hide the URL.
F11 will hide the URL? Really? Is it as simple as that?
It puts the thing in the full screen. That's a very good point.
However, that's also a solution, yeah, but it's gonna make it harder for me to use the This is a good way to hide the URL. This is gonna work just fine. This is an actual visual that was given to me by Aaron, so secretly sponsored.
Oh,
No, I'm just joking.
nice.
Okay, then
So
I mean,
you might rather hide the right side of the link because it's the sharing link. The left side will be just docs.google.com. So
this is gonna work just fine.
the comps that I've gotten are actually quite similar. There is no very weird, janky comp. All of them were some kind of a Firebrand or Mirage variant. But I'm not gonna too in depth with it because we are gonna see both top three, and we will be able to see very different comps.
All right, so I'm just gonna hide my screen for a few seconds while I fetch the
Just
new
checking.
link. Just sorry
All right.
to everyone else. You're gonna see a wonderful background that is also a screen from Aaron, and that's what we're gonna do for the time being.
Unfortunately, we are not
Actually,
sponsored by ArenaNet yet, but maybe next month. Who
actually,
knows?
man, I made a copy of your sheet. Ha! I'm fine. I don't
Nice.
need the new link.
Well,
I
I have
have
about 6
unlimited
copies as well.
powers. Yeah, I'm good.
Amazing.
I'm good. Made a copy. I'm fine. I've got this. All right, we can now resume this, and I am very sorry for like the time that went into this. Like it was
It
not
only
part
makes
of the plan
it only
to do
makes it
this.
more entertaining, and we get to see your
Okay.
beautiful face.
Oh my god, you are way too kind to me. So I'm just gonna put the screen back and pray that I am hiding the link. I am actually hiding most of it. I mean, it is working, right? I am hiding most of it. This is working
I have a bit of a
perfectly.
delay, Sam, so I can't tell. However, yeah, it looks absolutely fine. And
Okay, so I mean,
if you do get the link, please do not um, please do not check. That would be appreciated.
I mean, I'm good. It's hidden. We can resume. This is
All
literally
right.
the shittiest level of organization I've
This
had. Let
is
me just
this is
reorganize this a
professional
little bit.
craftsmanship right there. All right, Sam.
Yeah.
Let's resume the leaderboard with
Okay.
the number 2 after bot my
We've made
DPS
it.
with 110. We are gonna go and reveal the top 2, which is
Wonderful ideas, poor execution. That's actually the way I describe most of my days at work. And that's actually the name of the team that scored second with 106. Wait, didn't you say that 109 was the current record on
the
speedrun?
fifth rank on speedrun.com is a 107.
So
So
these
these
people
guys,
have scored better
absolutely,
than the fifth best team on speedrun.com. We're gonna
which
need
is
to
held
mail speedrun.com and tell
which
them
is
that they
held
are doing
by
it wrong.
snow crows themselves. Also
Wait, so
interesting to know.
these guys beat Snowcrows?
I think so. I think we have on us the new snow crows right there, born on that cairn. They have decided to go all the way and beat the legend, the monolith.
Oh my
SC
god.
is crying right now. SC is down on the ground getting
Jesus.
beaten.
I don't even. You know what? Let's look at that POV. So if I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, that's wipe scan. Oh my god. Okay, this picture is it already says everything, to be fair. Like, what more can you say when you're looking at this kind of a cover? So let me just put it back to the start, check. Okay, we're in 1080p, all is good. Let's put it into full screen and have a look at this POV. So Cairn destroyed by Condi Soul Beasts and what I assume to be Condi
Fairbrains.
Renegade.
Um,
Let's go for it.
huh? With
It
each
was
other.
quite average. Let's put it back to the start. Like you were talking at the same time.
Oh.
Let's just have a look at everything that's happening. I put it back in actual 1080p. Jesus, I'm okay. Conti Soul Beast. I am a Soul Beast main myself. I am very hyped to see this.
Candy Soul Beast main or power?
Power Soul Beast
Or
main,
both?
because Queen Bees are power infusions on my character, and they look good. Okay, so power is main. That's it. Infusions are the end game. Okay, let's have a look at this 106, people. Let's go for it. Oh, you're saying the music is too loud? We're reducing it a little bit. It's already over. Oh dear
And just like
lord.
that, just
My
like that,
god.
106 and 500 milliseconds.
I
The
am
Candy Soul
yeah.
Beast bringing the pain.
Yeah, I am dumbfounded. Like, this is really crazy. These people getting it with 106. Like, all the Soul Beasts were above 35k, if I'm not mistaken. This is almost what you get doing a benchmark. It is truly impressive. Of
It
course,
looks really
using the
impressive.
Bogapet for merge gives you access to confusion, which has been proven to be a condition much efficient against Cairn, but still, these numbers are crazy. This is actually like I am not understanding these people being in silver. Like, can you imagine this? These guys are
This
in
is
Silver
impressive.
League. This is not even the first of the Silver League. These guys aren't in gold, and they're already getting 106. Jesus.
And I think we can actually get good transition with it and move on to the top one of silver,
Indeed. I am hype.
which is only 500 milliseconds quicker than
I mean, to be expected.
a wipe.
Okay. Wheel raid for food got 105. 500 milliseconds faster. Literally less than a tick faster, because a tick is a second. That's how good they were. They didn't even need a full tick to beat the number 2. Wheel raid for food actually on the top of the silver leaderboard.
Very impressive. 105, this is as well better than the top 5 Cairn on speedrun.com, and it matches the rank 4 made by Disposition DP at 105. Really, really impressive.
Jesus, I cannot even. Let's have a look at their POV, shall we? I'm expecting crazy stuff from it. Truly crazy stuff.
The comps are similar from the previous team, from Wipe. They decided to take 6 Candy Soul Beasts. However, instead of taking 2 Candy Firebrand, they reduced it to 1 and decided to replace it with a Power Chrono.
A Power Chrono.
And I think Sam, this is how they got that extra 500 milliseconds.
So you think the Power Chrono made the difference? Actually, I'm also expecting the Candy Soul Beast to be just a wee bit better. Just a wee bit. But
alright, let's go on and watch the POV, Sam.
Indeed.
From Wheel Raid for food.
Oh my god,
105.
Man, this icon, this chat cover, it's looking at me weird, man. I'm not feeling fine when I look at it. Oh god, oh god.
I feel something weird too, but Well,
You know
let's
what?
move on with the POV, Sam.
Yeah, let's look at the POV.
We have
I put it in full
a
screen.
we have
Let's
a
go for
tank
it.
berserker POV, Sam.
Oh, a
Can you
tank
believe it?
berserker. I mean, that is very impressive. A tank berserker is not something I would have. Oh my god. I clicked play without meaning to. I am sorry. A tank berserker, like, if you told me a year ago when we organized and watched, actually that was 2 years ago when we organized and watched the ARP. If you told me, Sam, in 2 years from now we're going to have a rating league, we are going to have a tank berserker, I would have looked at you and said, my man, stop the drugs.
There's no way.
You're obviously
There's no
having
way.
issues. But actually
And
today,
yes,
we're seeing it against all odds.
they use a very, very interesting mechanic. They just use the berserker kill that transfers damage into heal. And it makes it so that berserker can take aggro from standing the furthest away. And
Right.
just like that, tank berserker. You don't have to send a druid to take it.
Okay.
And that is quite smart. And we can see that berserker is also taking the might shout to provide some might to his subgroup. So a little bit of optimization here.
So that's a
get that
phallic
might ramp.
strength berserker, I guess. Just getting everything out, probably.
I am honestly not sure about it. But I think we can go on and watch the 105 Cairn.
Actually, someone in the chat,
number
Lord
1.
of Heaven, said it was gaining health when you give might to someone, the mending might trait. So he's actually getting extra heals from providing might to his subgroup.
Oh.
That is so optimized. I don't even. Let's
It's
watch
very
it.
clever.
No, let's just watch it.
Let's go, Sam.
Late at night, I toss and I turn and I dream of what
We are going to be able to watch the 10-minute precasts from the Soul Beasts. Amazing.
That's also part of optimization, you know?
Absolutely. It's not
Oh
really
my God.
interesting, but I think like you have an hour to do the boss, but a lot of the time is spent
Just
doing
look at the
grievance.
healing numbers! Just look at them!
He doesn't care. He just heals himself.
There are so many healing numbers, you can't even distinguish them. They're on top of each other. That shit is immortal. So make a PvP build out of this. You're winning the next tournament. Oh my god.
I think we have an idea here. Sam, let's not we'll talk in private, maybe we make a team.
Let's go for it. Jesus, this is truly impressive.
And so he's taking Cairn away from the party so that everyone can keep their writs of Condis, whatever the name is, of Malice, I think it is.
Actually, the Soul Beasts are not doing much more DPS than the other ones. I think the difference really was that Berserker, as you said.
Maybe the might ramp up was a bit quicker on this POV, yeah.
Yeah, truly. Like, I am really impressed. Also, people are going to be judging my recommended videos again. So let's quit that real quick.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would have
Jesus.
opened a private tab maybe, but
No,
you know,
I
you
never
do.
opened
It's
private
also very
tabs.
interesting.
People can see that all I am interested in are fitness videos. So, yeah. Anyways,
All right.
like this was truly an impressive point of view. I was like, when you told me you were looking for someone to pass this rating league, I was expecting good performances, but not this kind of amazing performance. I was not expecting the second tier of the rating league to be this incredible. Right now I have seen something that I would have assumed to be a kill from a top cut guild. If you had told me this was a Snowcross video, I would have looked at it and said, yeah man, sure.
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 Absolutely.
This is what this video inspires me. I am truly impressed by what these guys have put out. So actually, right now, we're gonna change boss. Yes, because looking at
we are gonna
6
finish-
Cairn kills would be horrible. You know, back when I was a kid, my parents told me that bullying was bad. And right now we've seen 3 point of views of 3 different guilds completely bullying Cairn. It's just up on his platform like, okay guys, I'm welcoming you in my circle, let's look at this. And just pummel him to death. He doesn't even have time to slam his arms. He's gone.
Just one thing, did you add the chat cover on top of the copy that you did to hide the spoilers? The leaderboard.
That is a very good question. And actually I can answer it because I have it opened on another screen and I'm gonna check over there. The no spoiler is completely covering it on the other copy that I have, so I would assume it is good.
Perfect.
That's the power of having 2 computers to stream.
It's the superior setup.
I hope. Okay, let's just click that Doom only leaderboard and it should be good. It is perfect. Oh my god. So let's have a look at it. We're going to do exactly the same as we did for Cairn. We're going to go from bottom to the top for the Silver League, and then we're going to move from bottom to the top onto the global Silver leaderboard.
And
so let's
we
look at
can
it.
Probably be a bit quicker since we don't have to introduce the team as well. So
Exactly.
let's go right into it, my good king.
Yeah,
Some
yes,
matches say.
Thanks, Zoe. I'm just going to explain it once again for the people in the chat. The idea is for us to show the gold teams later on, so that you don't look at 6 kills of the same boss in a row. And so because this is going to allow us to announce the podium for the silver and then move on to the gold, which is going to have its own little flair, to be fair. Actually, you know, I could enable the silver logo, because right now we're covering the Silver League so that people can see right now on the waiting screen that we're talking about the Silver League and not the golden one. So without further ado, actually, you know what? I just realized I don't have background music. It doesn't matter. Let's keep going. Okay, nice notes on the top right. I mean, that's Zoe's notes. I didn't delete them because, you know, respect. No, I'm not deleting them. This is my copy, but I'm not deleting them. Okay. Let's go ahead. And the 19th is Mistwind again. DNF did not finish.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. They just couldn't. They didn't have what it takes. They didn't have the members. But we know next time.
Yeah. I mean, next time it's going to be perfect, right? Next time they're going to make it. Next time they're going to be good.
And again, this is Doom. This is not an easy boss at all. And you cannot do many pulls.
Yeah.
So it really is difficult.
Like, Doom is one of the bosses that has been shown in previous raid tournaments to be one of the extremely punishing ones. Because contrary to a boss where having someone dying in your team means you're just losing out on DPS or eventually on somebody who is meant to cover a mechanic, losing someone at Doom means a mechanic is failed immediately. Because everybody has their own mechanics to handle. And you can't have somebody die on you at Doom. Anyways, 18th is none other than Boss Needs Ice Physics and Echo, who did not finish either. So that's very unfortunate. But then again, as we just said, Doom is a hard boss.
Moving on to 17th. Let's pick up the pace, good Sam.
Yeah, let's pick up the pace.
Let's not waste too much time.
Yeah,
we
Task
have
Force
3
raid.
long POVs to watch as well.
So Task Force raid is do not finish either. They couldn't quite make the cut. And let's not dwell onto that and move on to raids I like to farm. Rilf, who got the 16th position with 722. Zoe, would you actually correct something for me? But the timers that are written here are after the pre-event has started, or do they take the pre-event into account?
This is the integral fight with the pre-event.
Quite good. Because the pre-event is exactly 2 minutes. So that is already time. This is 5:22 encounter time. That's something to look at when you're thinking about Doom. It's not simply about killing it in these 7:22 minutes. It's killing it in 5:22. That's not too bad, And on the 15th spot, we've got Elitist Pog United with 6:59, already 23 seconds better. And that actually got them the same amount of points. No can do. Next
Yeah,
up, I'm just going to keep
this-
rushing, and you stop me
yeah,
if
let's
you
go.
need to say something.
Sure. Go ahead,
Okay,
Sam.
let's go like that. 40th position, Commanders. Once again, they got 657. Not too good, not too bad. Just 2 seconds better than the previous contenders. Next up is the Pragmatic Raiding team, and they got 649. We're already seeing a clear change from the previous team, almost 10 seconds better. These people already got 5 more points, but this only places them at the 13th spot. However, the team right after them is My Chilling Alternative. So we already introduced this branch of the MCA team earlier on. They got 633. That is already quite a good time, better than what you could expect from any weekly run that is done with either a basic static or a not too experienced one. But as we move towards the 11th position held by Cadectus Ministry, we already see them bumping into the next minute. They're at 5:52, having beaten the 6-minute mark. These people are already going much faster, and this can be seen on the points. They go from 28 to 60. That is a clear cut above My Chilling Alternative. As we walk into the top 10, the door is being held by Do It Again But Better, who obviously tried to do it again but weren't that much better. They get a 5:51, putting them at exactly 1 second before Cadectus Ministry, so a very close run, I guess. The fact that they have to output their run in a limited time also means that they couldn't quite grind for the bestest time. Still, that's kind of impressive, gotta hand it to them. As we go into the 9th position, we get the Alliance de Dragrimmar. Once again, French people, not all of them. They get a 5:49. It's good. That's good.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And the
I'm
low 6
kinda hyped
minutes
for them.
is really impressive as well.
Yeah, kind of happy for them. 8th position, last call before dawn. So these guys obviously didn't have any sleep because they only got a 5:48. 1 second better than the Frenchies. Come on, lads. At least drink coffee if you're going to try to go for a record. Anyways, 7th position, Aspiring Brotherhood of the Pact. Very RP name, just like the Cadectus Ministry, except they were 7 seconds better. So that puts them on the 7th position, as we just said. And into the 6th position we go. Donkeys of the League.
Donkeys.
Man, they call themselves the Donkey, but given the speed at which they went through that encounter, I'd say racing horses. Guys, believe in yourselves a bit. 5:35. Removing the 2 minutes from the pre-event, that's a very wonderful time already.
Absolutely. 3 minutes and 35 seconds for the whole Doom event. It is quite the feat. But it is even more impressive if we go even higher in the leaderboard with number 5.
For none other than but my DPS. Huge shout out to my boy Nafet. Oh, there we go. That's done. But they got a
Sure.
5:31. I mean, he was my guild leader for 2 years,
All right.
Gotta give him a little bit
of
of a shout out. I remember the good times with him. He literally called us on the phone if we were late for reset. A very dedicated team, as we can see. They got a 5:31 on the leaderboard. It's quite good, quite fucking good. Let's move on to the 4th team, because then we're gonna be at the feet of the podium. So almost made it to the top 3, didn't quite make the cut. They are wonderful ideas, poor execution. That name could not fit better, Just at the bottom of the podium with 5:30. Jesus. I mean,
5:30 is also very, very impressive, and
that's
it's really a shame that they didn't make it to the podium. Maybe the poor execution is what held them back.
Possibly. Still, I'm expecting the teams above them not to be that far away timer-wise. Once again, I didn't look at the timers. I have no idea what I'm saying. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm expecting the people above them not to be that far off. And the third team
Well, let's
got
see.
529. Wait, actually,
Will
no way.
raid
I mean, that's a
food.
78. That's a 78. So top team gets 100, right?
Yep.
Whoa.
But this also counts the gold leaderboard.
I mean, okay, it also counts the goal leaderboard. Fair, fair. Still, that's 529. A very good time. Very, very good time. And we'll have a look at that point of view, shall we?
Absolutely. Also, a note for next time, we will definitely hide the points to not spoil the times.
Yeah, I mean, we should
Something that I
actually do
didn't think
that.
of.
Yeah, because
Something
people
that
are
I
just
didn't
running
think about.
math. Dear Lord in heaven, kind of makes me sad. All right, let's go full screen on that POV. Oh my god, I'm expecting the music to be horrible and kill my ears. Let's put the sound very low and move on to the full screen review. Is everybody ready? Because I am for sure ready.
And we can skip through the pre-events so we don't have to watch 6 Doom pre-events. But we have with us here what looks like 6 Firebrand, 2 Condi Renegades, probably Alacrity Renegades, 1 Berserker and 1 Heal Kaita Ranger. And we have a bit of a buffer here.
No, actually, we don't have any buffer. I have decent internet, my man, because I work at my ISP. No way I'm getting let down by them. Which is why I accepted to stream this, because I knew they wouldn't fuck me over. Anyways, let's look at it. So, Foods Doom. I'm expecting us to see the pre-event, so we're going to be able to comment a little bit about what's happening in there, what the pre-event is going on. I'm expecting you to be a great co-cluster that specific time. Let's go. are
However,
most definitely going for the biggest numbers they can. Most of the DPS are nearing the 25k range, while a few of them are a cut above at 30k. That is truly impressive. Like, and right now you see their class choice. Oh my god, weebs! Weebs! No! The music! Okay, they're weebs on meth.
Unfortunate.
Jesus. Okay. Anyways, let's go beyond that and look at the fact that they're playing Condi classes. The reasoning behind that is that if you get afflicted, you're not losing as much damage as you would if you're playing power. The other reason is that the rotations are simple. Like, less chances to mess up, more chances to have proper damage. This is great, this is impressive. Truly amazing to look at. Doom is already at 33%. The encounter has only lasted for 2 minutes and 10 seconds after the pre, and they are already at the 25% mark. Impressive.
Yeah, the stacking of Firebrands make it very safe to run a single healer, which they absolutely utilize to their maximal potential. The heal from Firebrand is a 5-man heal as well as an Aegis, and it does have quite a lot of utility through F2 and F3, the tomes. And so they can afford themselves to just drop a healer, take a single Druid healer. And they did not strip, and one person got feared actually, oh my.
Yeah, but I mean, that still works just fine for them, because they went into the last phase, which means that they actually profit from a good reset. My god, they keep on using that weeb music. That's Renai circulation, Jesus. I'm ashamed I know the title of this track. Oh my god. My weeb past is showing.
Alright.
Alright, this is the last burn.
This is a place where you can actually optimize quite a bit, because sometimes it's really much of a time loss to wait until everyone's down, and some of the teams decided to just send the 7 first people going down to the seals, which is very smart.
Indeed, indeed.
And they will obviously get the 1 burn. And this is it for Will Raid for Food.
Okay, gotta hand it to them. Will Raid for Food gave us a wonderful display of skill right there. Their run is very impressive, but not as much as their chat cover, which was requested a lot into the stream chat, so I guess you're quite enjoying them, right?
It is beautiful.
Move Twitch chat to the right onto the map, please, so we can see chat cover. Ciso, I knew they would ask for this.
The problem is that you can change the map position from bottom right to top right, so it's not really that consistent, but sure.
I mean, next time
I will give it.
We'll think
I will
into
give
something.
it to you.
Yeah, true. We'll think into how to do this better next time. Anyways, out of this we go and back onto our spreadsheet. Number 2 on the silver leaderboard for the Doom kill is going to be unveiled right now, and it is none other than Scuffed Opening GG, who obviously did not GG in this encounter as they got 527. 2 seconds
Just
better.
2 seconds faster than the 3rd place.
Truly impressive. Like, let's just look at their POV, let's say.
We can see on the leaderboard from the top 6 to the top 2, there's only something less than 10 seconds of a difference. It's really, every second counts at that point, and you can see the teams neck to neck battling for that top leaderboard, and Scuffed Opening takes it. 527. Very, very impressive. Let's get the POV rolling, Sam, and show their composition for Doom.
So and they called it... oh my god.
We will try to not show the preview.
Yeah, the video is called Bronze League Level Renegade Kills Doom. So these people are saying that their run is bad, but we already know that they are number 2. So
and I see a lot of requests in chat and in my DMs to let the prevent playing, so I'm sure no one will see any issue with it. We will watch 6 prevent, and that's gonna be amazing.
Are
What do
we
you think,
actually
Sam?
watching all the pre-events? My
Let's
man,
not.
you're asking for the impossible. I'm already dying from the heat in there. I just want to, strip from this and call this off. Nah, just kidding.
All
Let's
right.
get started.
We will skip the prevent, obviously.
Yes, of course, we're going to skip them. So we're moving on to the big screen for this one, and let's have a look at it. I'm ready to skip the prevent if need be.
I cannot find my notes, Sam.
You cannot find your notes. Oh my god. But you know what
no.
I can already say? Oh my
Tell me,
god, they
Sam.
actually don't have any music. That's what I can already say. Nah, just kidding. Beyond that, we can see that the team is not that different. They're also capitalizing on that Condi firebrand. And as the chat requested, we're going to be moving forward to the 2 minutes
2
mark.
minutes
Nearly.
in time. Yeah.
My dad just tried to call me. I'm sorry for this. I moved to 152, which should be just enough for us to have a look at the actual kill.
However, seeing your chat, I am more inclined to keep the prevent every time. This is really entertaining.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so they just got into
opening.
that is a scuffed opening for sure. They're not tanking him in the middle as the other team did. Jesus.
And they have a messenger also nearby.
They have two messengers right next to them.
Living by their name, Scuff's opening, really delivering on this one. They're bringing 5 Condi Firebrand and a Condi Tank Firebrand, 2 Condi Renegades, and 1 Kaitadrid. So similar composition to our previous guild. And they just executed better from the looks of it. They shaved off 2 seconds while not doing a throwing tank. Really impressive.
Yeah, that is really impressive because they used what could be called a subpar tactic, tanking him on the side. And actually, he stood in that puddle for a few seconds. That's so much lost damage. So what we're expecting from this team, instead of having like a proper execution of a mid-tanking tactic, is just pure damage. These guys are a cut above when you look at it. When we look at the previous kill, we had mostly people in the 25k range, and here we have 4 people above 30k, and one of them called I Hate Guard, who obviously doesn't hate the class that much because he was well above 35k until that first move from Doom on the middle.
Maybe it's beneficial hate, and it made.
Oh my god, they have 3 people down. Man, the fuck, that's...
Oh my.
Okay, they live up to the name. What a scuffed run, not only the opening. This is mind-boggling. These guys got second with this. Come on.
Really carried by their DPS. They took the time on the golem, and it really shows off. Today they get second place in silver with their superior DPS. That's just how it is.
Okay,
strategy does matter,
impressed.
but it doesn't matter as much as a good execution and a good DPS.
I mean, look at it. They're already nearing the last phase. They're pushing Doom into 10% just now and going into the last phase. Jesus. Oh, we even have their voice comms. Get out of the middle. These guys are talking like first timers and they are second onto that leaderboard. Can you imagine this? Oh my god.
That is a bit BM, but well, they are second on silver, so what can we say? They really delivered on their execution and their DPS skills.
Jesus, like the pure hate against God is what made this happen. Also, selling raids. Do you imagine them selling this run? Like, do you imagine them having 1 dead weight into this run? That would be incredible.
Maybe they could do that.
Yeah, anyways, they actually are bursting through Doom. The HP is melting, it's over. They
I don't think
get that kill.
Absolutely. It's done. It is done.
It's all over. It's all over. Jesus.
5 at 27.
These guys really delivered.
Opening.
Could you imagine this at first? Could you? I couldn't.
I wasn't expecting any top 3 team to be tanking on the side, but I was surprised, and it worked for them. So honestly, mad props.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you
And
really need?
maybe next month they will rename to actual good opening, and
Yeah, like-
do throne tank.
Yeah, imagine if they didn't scuff their openings. They would be in gold. All right, let's move on to
I think
the
it's time
next
to
team.
show number 1.
The number 1 of the Silver's Doom leaderboard. Let's unveil it. And it is Lonely Raiders in your area. I mean, people could already assume that were them because their name wasn't shown before. Still,
Yep.
517. 517.
And look at the
What the
time.
fuck? That's
Look
10
at the time
seconds better.
difference.
10
Look at
seconds
the time
better.
difference.
The fuck? 10 seconds more. The hell? Like, we saw scuffed opening, really fucking up their opening, and still getting an amazing kill. I want to see how these guys did it, which is why I'm going to directly go onto their POV.
Maybe they got the actual opening, and this is what got them their better time.
Possibly. So,
Let's watch.
yep, 1080p, 60 FPS. Let's get going. Actually, that's Jariah's guild who was watching the stream earlier. So, Jariah, congratulations for being number 1 in the Silver League.
And we can even use the bigger screen if you want
Yeah,
some.
actually,
And
you're right.
skip-
Let's go big.
Skip the pre-event because I don't think
There is no need to
don't
skip
think
it.
it is-
That's a no
Oh
pre-event
my.
POV. I took the
Oh
no
my.
pre-event POV. We're already into the action, man.
incredible. You truly are a professional streamer.
I wish. Their chat cover is quite nice. Bit of a shame I can't show it right now. I mean, people saw it earlier, so it doesn't really matter. Jesus. Look at
And-
this start. It is a mid-tanking strategy. I mean, right now, what we are seeing is a mix of the previous 2 runs. These people are using the tactics of the number 3 on the leaderboard, yet their damage is a cut above the second team. The best of both worlds. That is what we are seeing right now. Doom's HP is dropping faster than girls' pants when you show them your DPS logs with this kind of time. I'm sorry, that's
That's
not
a very good
PG-13
comparison.
anymore. Oh my god. Jesus. Just look at
Those
this.
guys aren't here to play. They're just here for Doom, and they got the DPS, they got the strategy, and we can see they have the best execution as well. 517 for this kill, same composition as the 2 previous kills, and they just execute it better. They just take number 1. Look at
Alright.
look at Doom's HPs.
Like,
Look at the burn ticks.
It's just going so fast. I mean, yeah, we have over 40 burn ticks. Just a fuck. This is going way too fast. This is going way too fast.
This is not how Doom was designed to be killed, I think.
Yeah, I think Doom was meant to be a hard encounter, but these guys are just stepping in and walking all over it. You know? They're not even giving it any chance to fight back. Like, they're just wiping it. See, you know how confident these guys are? You can see it with the Reaper on the square mark, just behind the DPS meter. This ghost is being mauled by the spiders. They don't care! The spiders can't kill the Reaper when you're that fast on Doom. Why even care
You
about
don't
mechanics
even have to
when you can
bother.
delete the HP bar?
That's true. And a little bit of movement, limiting the movement to get better uptime, and just like that, phasing to 10%.
The actual hell.
And Sam, we have the gold leaderboard to review just after that.
Indeed, right now we're still onto the silver leaderboard, and we're gonna show the top 3 silver teams, so the one who truly made it to the podium with both times taken into account. That's the one thing we're doing before moving on to the gold leaderboard. But Jesus, my oh my, these guys
they are gone.
are rolling.
Just doing the
all over
steals,
the-
coming back, and we can expect them to burn in one go and get their top place on
Indeed.
Doom.
Yeah. Yet another advantage of running condition classes here is that last bursting phase. Because if you're quite looking at it, the people in here do not have the scholar buff. Like they are not at 90% plus HP when they are coming back, which means that playing condition gives them that just slight advantage over playing power classes. Truly an impressive kill, one that I would have expected from a top tier guild and not from the silver leaderboard. I stand baffled.
There is always, you know, the writs that have the same requirement as the scholar rune, and I wouldn't surprise if the teams would use it in this kind of kill times.
I mean, you're mostly correct, I believe. And this actually means that we're going to move on to the actual silver leaderboard, the final leaderboard. So let's look at that sheet, which also has double spoiler alerts. Truly the best art piece that went into the stream. So you truly delivered here for that.
I am a professional artist, as you can see. I am open to commissions. If you ever want, feel free to DM. We can work something. All right.
Okay, so let's reveal this. You know, let's just have a look at it.
Make sure you don't show by accident the actual full leaderboard and just the silver one.
I mean,
that would be quite interesting.
The gold leaderboard is above the silver one, so I risk nothing, right? Okay. Let me just check onto that other screen that I have.
Good idea.
Okay, that's correct. It's the silver ones at the bottom. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We've got this. Okay. Let's get going. So we're going to reveal the top 3 teams of the Silver League. So let's go from bottom to the top. We're going to go very quickly through teams 19 to 4, and then take our time for teams 3, 2, and 1. So let's go. 19th position, Mistwind, as expected. They were last on both of the leaderboards. They did not finish the encounters. Still, they said they were reforming to come back stronger. That's very good. Let's wish them all the best. In the 18th position, Elitist Pug United, with a total of 10 points, as they didn't do Cairn. Not too bad, but still on the 18th. 17th position, Boss Needs Ice Physics and Echo. They were not too great. They actually didn't even do Doom. Still, they tried, and we should congratulate them for that. 16th on the leaderboard, Pragmatic Raiding, with a total of 26 points. Then again, that's not too bad. Number 15, Raids I Like to Farm. They were farmed by the encounters more than they farmed them. That's all we gotta say. Still, 43 total points. I am very proud of them. Nothing is brutal. There is only love in this stream. Come on.
All right.
All right. I'm just kidding. Like I'm being a little mean to them because I know one person in Rilf. Actually, you know what makes me very happy is to see teams trying. Right.
That is great.
That is the great thing. These guys have tried there. They've made something happen. I'm happy to see it. Number 14, Commanders. They got a total of 46 points. Next up on the 13th position, Task Force Raid with a total of 47 points. A very good Cairn and no Doom still puts them above 3 teams that killed both of them. Can you imagine this?
Could you? Yeah, if they had gone through with Doom, maybe they could have gotten top 10, top 5 even.
Indeed. All right, next up, My Chilling Alternative with a total of 70 points. As we said earlier, that's only a branch of the main guild that we're expecting a lot from once we step into the realm of the Cold League. 11th position, Last Call Before Dawn. Once again, I'm going to go back and say that they needed a little bit of coffee to break through the rankings and be in the top 10. Still 11th position is very good. Congratulations to them. On the 10th position, Aspiring Brotherhood, with a total of 109 points. They are truly quite good. Actually, you know, that 5:45 timer on Doom, that's 28 seconds more than the record we saw in the Silver League. 21 seconds after the minute on Cairn, that's 16 seconds more than the other guys. Like, you know, that's not that much time. With a little bit more practice, they could have been much higher. On the 9th position, Collectus Ministry, carried by the power of the roleplay name, 113 points. Congratulations to them. On the 8th position, my little Frenchies, you know, the boys from the heart, Alliance de Dragrimard. Congratulations, guys. Félicitations. Vous avez fait votre mieux. Mais ce n'était pas assez. On retente la prochaine fois. Allez.
Oui.
Baguette, baguette. Next up, do it again but better, taking the 7th position. Congratulations, guys. A total of 128 points. Bravo, bravo. You did your best. Number 6, Donkeys of the League. And they are, oh mon Dieu. I'm being insulted in French and I will not let this stand. Anyways, Donkeys of the League, 134. That's quite good, you know? Like, they already are showing very good times. Their Doom being much faster than Do It Again But Better means that their worse Cairn was completely erased and puts them on the 6th position. See, the importance of being good on both bosses really shows there. You can be truly good on one boss and place quite high, and if you grind your weak boss, you might actually make it onto the podium. Anyways,
absolutely.
Number 5, Scuffed Opening, whose Doom we watched just before. They actually have the 2nd best Doom, if I'm not mistaken, yet only got number 5 on the global leaderboard. Because of their overall slow Cairn. I mean, that's a fast Cairn. By PUG standards, that's actually a godlike Cairn. But still, when compared to the rest of the league, didn't quite make the cut. Number 4, But My DPS. With 151 points, just standing right there at the bottom of the podium. We should applaud them. Next up, it is time to reveal the actual 3rd team on the silver leaderboard are none other than Lonely Raiders in your area. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to meet a Lonely Raider in your area, I am quite sure you can identify them on the Discord server. And this actually means that we can show their icon on the 3rd position. Congratulations, my dudes!
Is this a professional stream? Oh my.
Dude, I literally made this while I was at my, how do you call that? My in-laws today. So yeah, I was just waiting for the food to be made and speed run through the visuals.
Truly delivering some.
Doing my best right there. All right, number 2 are gonna be... Hey, actually, to the chat calling me sexist, I said ladies and gentlemen looking for Lonely Raiders in your area. I am an inclusive streamer. Okay, actually, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary people looking for Lonely Raiders in your area, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Included everyone. Next up, let's talk about the 2nd position on the leaderboard for the Silver League. Drum rolls. It is Wonderful Ideas, Poor Execution. Wipe taking up that 2nd spot. Congratulations, Wipe. Your logo is showing up on the screen. Bravo, bravo.
4 points higher than Lonely Raiders in your area. Very close match. Really something I'm going to be looking forward to next month as well. It is going to be very interesting. But you know what is even more interesting? Maybe we can see number 1.
Indeed, it is time to look
the number 1
at the number 1.
Is... Drum roll.
Drum roll. I mean, you were just about to say it. I don't know about it. You know, you could have spoiled me right there, even though you put the no spoiler tag. It is We'll Raid for Food. Congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations for winning June's silver leaderboard with 167 points, 105 Cairn, and 529 Doom. Very impressive. Good job to the Raiders in food.
I mean, bravo. Just bravo. You made it. You're the best in the Silver League. Congratulations to all of you. You have delivered a wonderful performance. One we did not expect, and one we are extremely proud of. You might not have the best Doom time, but your Cairn was so good, it put you just on the top spot. The one you deserved. Also, yeah, your logo is kind of dope. Kind of disturbing, kind of dope. All right, it is time for us to move on to the Gold League. Because right now, guys,
The big boy
people,
league.
I mean, I'm always saying guys, that's kind of bad, that's not inclusive. People, we have only looked at the silver runs. You know, these guys are not the best. What we saw just now was not the best. Yet, it left us amazed. Can you expect what we are going to see into the Gold League? Because I don't. And
Sam,
I'm
I think it's going to
ready
be
to see
amazing.
it. Back onto the Cairn only leaderboard, it is time to reveal what should be revealed. Drum rolls, the 6th team to have made it onto the gold leaderboard, which means they are last, but truly already skillful, is none other than Cormier. Cormier got a 109 Cairn run. That would have made them number 3 on the silver leaderboard. See, that's already the spot they're holding. They may be at the bottom of the gold league, but they would have the silver competition. Also,
That is true.
I am very proud to say a few words about Cormier. It is one of the oldest running statics of the Crossroads in server. Right now we are reviewing the raiding league, and in raiding there is raid. But in raid there is not, I've known how to raid from the start. If you want to learn about it, in is the place for you guys to go. After a most recent rebranding, the raid trainings have resumed, and they are in higher numbers than ever. Get in touch with the server staffs in order to see just how well you could all be faring into raids. You don't need to have your own static to get started. It is very simple. Just get in touch with them. And yeah, that was a little bit of an advertisement. But yet, it is very...
I think we have a bit of a sellout in here.
No, it is not a sellout, because it is quite important for people who are watching this and haven't started raiding yet to know that they can get into it. These runs are very good. They're all what we could call elitist, but you should not be afraid of raids. You know, get into them. You might just be the next competitor into the raiding league. Get started today. Go for it. Anyways, we are now going to have a look at the 5th position onto the goal leaderboard for Cairn.
And
I'm hype. And it is, oh my god, Virtual Squirrels. Or, if I should say it with the French accent, because that is a French guild, oh, my god, Virtual Squirrels. Oh my god, that's disgusting!
Amazing, Sam. Amazing.
That's horrible. Fuck that shit, I'm done. Anyways, 109. That is the same timer as the in group. That's quite good, to be fair. That is quite good. You know? I guess since you put them in the 5th position instead of the 6th one, that they got a few milliseconds extra onto the in team. Would you like to talk about that, Zoe?
I may have or may have not noted how many milliseconds they were ahead, but I know if they are higher, they did indeed win over Cormier.
All right. Well, still, they did very good. And now, actually, we're going to have a look at the next team. Ready for it? The 4th team, feet of the podium, is going to be... Can I actually move this above? Yes, I can. It's going to be Digging Even Deeper. DP with 108. See, once again, what is very interesting is that these teams made it worse than the top cut of the Silver League. You know, silver people could be put into gold. Truly, gold performance for food and wipe. That's what I'm looking at. Gold League back to silver, as being said in the chat. This is what we should expect. Yet, very good runs. And if I'm not mistaken, Zoe, correct me if you would, Digging Even Deeper might just be a reference to that old branch guild from Snowcrows that competed in the first raiding tournament and actually dug quite a hole at Vase Guardian.
I think we are talking about the same team indeed.
All right.
Also I want to add that I know some of the guilds didn't spend as much time on Cairn as they did on Doom, for instance, and so sometimes the guild may not be as grinded as some other teams, but it doesn't take anything from the fact that they got a very impressive 108 Cairn kill.
Okay, and actually now let's move to the next team right there, number 3 on the leaderboard. So the next POV we're going to be watching is going to be My Chaotic Asylum with 105, the same score as the number 1 team on the silver leaderboard. That is My Chaotic Asylum, the main guild whom My Chilling Alternative is a branch of. And do you have a word for them, Zoe?
I just have to congratulate them for their incredible 105. And we are going to be watching the POVs and seeing the strat that they decided to employ to get that absolutely crazy 105 Cairn in just a moment.
Alright, we're gonna have a look at it right now. Let's put it into full screen, pause the video, reduce the sound, put the quality on the highest level possible at 1080p 60 FPS. We're ready to go. Full screen it is. Let's watch it. My Chaotic Asylum versus Cairn, a tale of complete destruction. And
do you remember the last silver top? The number 1 silver on Cairn was using Soul Beasts.
These guys
I am seeing only purple class.
Yeah, actually that's 3 Chronos, 3 Mirages, I believe. No, 4 of each.
That is correct.
Jesus, no. There's 4 Mirages, 3 Chronos. The numbers are going so fast. I don't even know what I'm looking at. 43k DPS, 44k. These guys are slaying. They're not giving a chance to Cairn.
4 Condé Mirages, 3 Time Warp Power Creators, 1 Power Berserker, 1 Power Alacrity Renegade, and 1 Heal Druid. And they did not go for...
attacking, I guess.
It looks
yes,
like
it is.
They did not go for the No Agony Cairn.
Just look at these ticks. Look at these confusion ticks, my dude. They're getting 30k on skill usage from Cairn. Incredible numbers. Cairn is already gone, melted through.
And I am being told in chat that this is not the most optimal rotation. However, this gains the it is the most stylish rotation out there, and it's really important to outline that. But maybe in the higher leaderboard we will see other Mirages and maybe a better rotation or less stylish, however you want to put it.
Okay, I'm gonna be going into that just after 1 second. I'm just gonna be removing really quickly the silver rating, because now we are talking about the gold league. There we go, the visuals have been updated, and now we're moving on to the second best Cairn ever, because as we saw right now, 105 was the same as the best silver team. The next timer we will look at is something that is above everything else we've seen so far, and it is none other than Chronomania. With a name like that, I am expecting a bunch of Chronomancers. If you guys are not playing Chrono, I'm gonna be disappointed. Still 104.
I think they lived up to their name, Sam. We can load up the POV, and this team 104, a full second quicker than My Chaotic Asylum, is bringing down the pain with, from the looks of it, the exact same comp. 4 Condé Mirages, 3 Time Warp Power Chrono, 1 Power Berserker, 1 Power Alacrity Renegade, and a Tank Heal Druid.
Alright, let's have a look at their actual POV. CM's Cairn kill time, what a wonderful picture out there. Let's go full screen, pause the video, reduce the music, put the quality to the max, go full screen, have a look at their run. Let's go. So once again, a bunch of Mirages and Chrono, 4 Mirages, 3 Chronos as well. Let's have a look at what they did better, because they got that extra second.
And 1 second quicker means about 5,000 more DPS in the squad. Each second removed from Cairn at such a quick skill is insane in terms of DPS, and we will see that on Arc DPS's interface right now. Look at those numbers, Sam.
Indeed, the numbers are truly crazy. Most, if not all the Mirages are at 40k. These numbers are crazy. There is only one Chrono that is lagging a bit behind, and he's already catching up. These numbers are simply impressive.
They are using the full potential of Guild Wars 2 combat thing with the combo fields, maybe using some smoke scales to get additional confusion output on the Mirages, and or on Time Warp some extra confusion as well. And they did lose their Druid, but that it doesn't stop them. They don't. They don't even care.
Who needs a Druid? They had boons. You know, the boons were there. Like that's already truly impressive. How could you expect any better run than this one? Really impressive. And yet there was a better run. Some people beat this impressive time.
And we move on
even better.
To
will be number one. And that is none other than 17 Elitist with a timer of 101.
Look at that time. Look at that time.
3 seconds faster than Chronomania, whom we already assumed to be one of the fastest times possible. Yet they were beaten.
One other thing is they seem to have taken number 2 on the global speedrun leaderboard as well with that 101 kill time. 17 elitists really delivering, proving us why they're elitists, bringing down the pain, and they also have decided to change a little bit the comp from their 2 other gold counterparts. Let's move on to their POV. We will see why they got the 3 seconds off.
Also, there is a question for you from the Ryan OK Work person, so if you can handle that in the chat while I am readying up the POV of that first team on the gold leaderboard.
So I used the lock times when there was when the times were not too close to each other, and when times were too close to each other, I watched the POVs on Premiere Pro to see exactly which one was fastest. But it is definitely true that logs have a bit of leeway, and I see a lot of question marks.
I mean, let's just skim over that. Let's just skim over that. Once again, I want to remind everybody that this is, if I'm not mistaken, the second installment of a stream and organization for this Raiding League event that is being fully organized by Zoe. Obviously, not everything is going to be perfect from the start, but we are definitely doing our best. I started preparing for this stream yesterday, so we're already quite happy that it is simply working. So yeah, anyways...
Send me a DM, Ryan. Send me a DM, I'll explain.
Okay, anyways, let's move on and watch this POV. Let's go. Okay, as you can see, some delicious precasting. We're just waiting for Cairn to actually pop up for us. Okay, Cairn is right up. That team composition is actually a mix of what we saw previously. The Silver League really showed us the might of the Coldly Soul Beast, while the Gold League so far relied onto Chronos and Mirages. Right now we have Soul Beasts and Chronos. Truly the best of both worlds, and 2 Renegades to supplement that already mind-bogglingly high DPS.
And they decided to bring a Druid as well and to take the Agony to limit any possible problem. Because it is true that the Druid doesn't have that much damage, so he can take the Agony without too much of a DPS drop and let all the classes do their best and get the best numbers. And we can see that on Arc DPS's interface. Look at those numbers.
Really impressive. The Renegades are above 30k. The Soul Beasts are just nearing the 40k mark. These teams are showing us what it is that raiding means. And very funnily enough, they called that POV the girlfriend druid POV, which is really accurate right there. So I guess we're gonna go back onto the spreadsheet and move on to our next leaderboard, which is the Gold League Doom leaderboard. And yeah,
Alright.
17, as Ryan said in the chat, congratulations for winning with an original comp. Like, they actually didn't do the same as the other guilds. We saw something different. We saw something that was better than the rest. I enjoyed it. That was cool. Doom it is. We're moving on to the Doom only leaderboard, and we're gonna unveil directly the 6th best team. So that means the bottom one on the gold leaderboard. And it is none other than Chronomania. They were number 2 on Cairn, but maybe the might of their Chronos and Mirages couldn't quite carry them onto Doom. Still,
I think
with a timer
Doom
of
is very much a Firebrand Renegade comp, so maybe they couldn't, you know. Maybe a little problematic with their work ethic.
quite possibly, but what I'm actually looking at is their timer. You know, like we're saying with a lot of humor, they are bad at Doom compared to the rest. That's a 5:14. That's already 3 seconds better than the top 1 silver team. Truly giving them their position in that gold league. You know, I am impressed. I am enjoying this. I am loving it. And still, they gave their spot to number 5. Number 5 being Formir. So the in team. I've already been enough of a sellout about them. They got a timer of 5:09, 5 seconds better than Chronomania. That is really impressive. Kudos to them. They are showing us how it is meant to be done.
And
then
we can move on to number 4.
Who are known other
We can
than
also move on
digging
to.
even
We can
deeper.
move both 4 and 3 actually, because they almost got the same time.
Really? Okay, then we're showing number 3, and number 3 is, oh my gosh, Virtual Squirrels.
The team for which I had to look up the POVs frame to frame to see which one was quicker, and Virtual Squirrels winning by a quarter of a second on DP. Can you believe it, Sam?
I mean, I actually am believing it, because we saw already that some teams were very, very close on their timers, and that was on Cairn. Doom is a much harder encounter. It is an encounter where every little bit of effort counts, and these teams beating another by just a few milliseconds mean that they really put that extra bit of effort. Or it could just be a good RNG proc on a sigil or something. Who knows? Still, they are number 3. It is their POV we're going to watch. VS versus Doom. I just love their emblem.
And I know everyone is very interested to watch the pre-event, so maybe if you guys send some love in chat, we will watch the pre-event, as you all enjoy it very much.
Jesus, let's actually skip that pre-event. We don't need to watch it.
Oh,
let's go.
Sam,
Come
you're
on, man.
breaking my heart.
I've been told there is a football match soon, and people need to watch that. Nah, just kidding. It doesn't matter. I don't watch football myself. Anyways, we're gonna be skipping that pre-event, however, because we want to get right into the action. I'm gonna jump to the 150 mark like we did before, so that we can enjoy the last 10 seconds of the pre-event.
Alright.
The POV we are watching is the Renegade.
And we can see the comp.
Yes.
They didn't go for the same composition as the silver teams.
Yeah,
There is an orange class in there.
Yeah, they have that Holosmith, which is something we haven't seen before indeed, and yet it put them on the 3rd place. Maybe that Holo made the difference. As you can see, the burst is quite ever so impressive on it. Yet the other classes are already pushing way past it.
Maybe a personal preference. You need only so many firebrands to have permanent quickness. Alright. And Doom is melting as we speak.
Yeah, it is really crazy to see stuff like that. Like, if you look at looking at that Holosmith, he's actually holding up quite fine. He's not the bottom DPS. Like, that Holosmith was definitely a viable class to bring into this encounter. Or was it actually a viable player more than a viable class? One thing we can say is that they're good.
I just double-checked the log, and the Holosmith is actually taking pinpoint distribution.
Oh, that actually explains something. Like, the firebrands are being truly optimized into their top form. You can see the 3 firebrands in the same group as the Holosmith being given that sweet extra DPS.
100 DPS on 4 firebrands, that's a huge DPS. And you can see the Holosmith actually doing quite a lot of damage, even if he's taking pinpoint distribution, which is definitely not something that's very commonly used. Very smart of VS, the French players, using their entire brain capacity to come up with better strat than
they have ascended into Baguette realm. That's all we have to say.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, French players have already shown us some very good runs previously. When we were watching all the tournaments, the French players didn't go for the bottom cut. They were always placing quite well. Anyways, we are going into the last phase already. They are capturing the souls, waiting for that last burst timing. And what you can see here is that the players tried as much as possible to leave orbs for each other. They split very nicely around the area, because if you have one person waiting at the back far too long, that means that much time being lost for the end event. You want people to get down at the same time. They did amazing. And Doom is already being sent to the realm of the dead for one last time. Impressive DPS.
Actually, technically he's not dying, he's just imprisoned. Get your lore straight, Sam.
You really thought I was a role player? Well, I am not. However, one thing that I am right now is very dark onto the camera screen. So I'm gonna ask you guys to bear with me for a second as I turn the lights on and avoid deleting my eyes onto my screen.
You need to enlighten Sam. Ascend. And he's gone. So we will be looking very soon on to the second place of this leaderboard. Only 2 teams remaining.
Indeed,
and we have Sam returned, fully ascended, enlightened.
Yes, light came onto me. Anyways, let's have a look at the number 2 position on the gold leaderboard for the Doom kills. It is none other than 17 elitists with a timer of 5:04.
At that time, 5:04. So just as a reminder, the number 1 Doom in the world is held by dispossession with 4 minutes and 51 seconds. And their run, 17 elitists run, would score 3rd place on the global leaderboard. 5 minutes and 4 seconds, rank 4 of Speedrun's global leaderboard.
Yes, I can't wait to have a look at their POVs. Like, as we said earlier, shaving a few seconds is crazy. You saw that the difference between the 4th and the 3rd was a few milliseconds. Now it fall a whole 2 seconds. Separate 3rd from 2nd. Let's have a look at their run.
And It seems they decided to go with a slightly different composition. They did not go and take a Condi or Power Holosmith with Pinpoint. They decided to go with as many blue classes as you can fit. We can see 5 Condi Firebrands and 1 extra Condi Firebrand being Tank. 2 Condi Alacrity Renegades and 1 Heal Druid. The same comp, but they did it better. 2 seconds fewer than the virtual squirrels.
And possibly was it the holo? Do you think Pinpoint was not that good? Let's have a look at the run to know whether or not that was the case.
There is a lot of moving parts on Doom, so maybe the Pinpoint was actually the better strat on paper.
I mean, what I'm truly enjoying is the amount of roleplay. They're using the Doom staff on the Druid versus Doom, and that is kind of cool. But once again, we're going to be skipping that pre-event, because what we really want to look at is the kill.
Are you saying we are not going to be watching the pre-event?
No, we're already skipped. I'm sorry to spoil you. We're already in the future. And we're watching that Druid Kiter POV from 17. It is very interesting because that's actually not a POV you'd see most often, which is also why I wanted to give it a chance. Looking at POVs that are not DPS can also give you an idea of just how important individual play is important. It is not about being an impressive DPS, it's also about being able to handle the mechanics. And that's what 17 is showing us right there.
Look at the multitasking. He's catching the Enforcer, stealthing the Reaper, grabbing the Messenger, and he's going to be on his way to do... There's spirits, uptime,
it's already
incredible gameplay.
Jesus, it started another video. Let's skip that because we don't want to watch videos that are not from the rating league. Okay, so we had a look right there at the 17 Elitist run. It was really impressive. 504. But you know what, guys? There is something even better. Yeah, exactly. We said it. There is something even better than 504. There are some people who maybe didn't have quite an amazing clouded druid, but still managed to prevail in this raiding league. And the winners of the Dome leaderboard for the Gold League are my chaotic Asylum with 501, barely scratching that 5-minute timer. It might have been possible were they given a little bit more time, or had they had a little bit better RNG. Yet they already outputted an amazing timer.
And you know, Sam, they had only 1 hour to give and create this log. This is really, really impressive. 5 minutes and 1 second in just an hour.
Truly,
it is truly
impressive.
Amazing.
Let's have a look at their
watch.
run, which is going to be the last one of this raiding league.
And their composition have a bit of a twist this time. There's a red class. Can you believe it? A red class in current here.
That's a Weaver, and that's the POV we're going to watch. You know what I'm really enjoying here? It is the fact that they are walking into the area. Extra little roleplay moment, mounted, going into Doom's tomb, ready to fight him. And we're going to put it into full screen. Without further ado, let's enjoy it.
And maybe this time we'll be able to watch the pre-event. I still high hopes.
Are we watching the pre-event?
No, that's not.
Actually, let's just skip it. So, we're going back to the 1 minute 50 spot, the usual one we're using. And we're gonna be ready to look at that Doom kill.
And there we see it's a dagger. Condi Weaver.
Yeah.
Not the usual sword weaver. And maybe this is the reason they got the 3 extra seconds out. We will see just in a moment in that POV from MCA. Rocking the Weaver life.
I mean, yeah, like that Condi Weaver damage is one thing I am really looking for. Like, it is one of the things I was very surprised when I came back to raiding in Guild Wars 2, because I took a break of nearly 1 year so I could focus on real life and everything. And coming back to the game, I was surprised to see that Condi Weaver was a thing. When I left, Power Weaver was all the rage, and I was not expecting this to be a thing. Still, truly impressive are the numbers output by this player. He is topping the damage meter, not even giving a chance to anybody to get close to him. Sitting at 2k above the second one.
There has been quite a lot of rotational mistakes, but it still gets the bomb, go out, team player clearing the Reaper, and really also doing the green. Well, that's very sad. All my thoughts and players to this Weaver player.
I mean, yeah, it kind of feels bad when you see the top DPS player being put on mechanics, but you know what? Somebody has to do it. And this guy is probably still gonna give us a performance that is gonna put the Firebrands to shame. Condi Weaver best class? Let's look at it.
And what they did is they did not send the highest DPS player to the green, but rather whoever gets the bomb some.
Indeed. What I'm truly impressed by is that when you looked at that Soul Split timing, they were 1% faster than the others. You know, that 1% might literally be the difference between having to send someone up for the green and then coming back down, like we saw in the previous POV. Maybe they're gonna actually manage to go all at once above without having to do the mechanics beforehand.
We'll see in just a second, if we have enough time, that is, because Doom is already below 20%.
And Doom is at 10% on my screen. They're already going up! Splitting wonderfully around the area so that they do not try and fight for the same orbs. Jesus. Impressive handling of the encounter.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay, they're already down. I'm expecting just in 2 seconds to see the ready check. They don't even need a ready check, they're going in. They don't wait.
They're
Okay.
way much faster than the Ready Check.
Back to Doom they go, and we're gonna see
And
that HP bar
The Condi Weaver are
disappear.
really paying off for that last phase. Thanks to the crazy burst of Weaver,
Indeed.
they have a slightly faster.
All right, they
Last
have made
phase.
it. Jesus, they're so good.
And with this skill, we are done with the gold leaderboard, meaning we
But
can
we can
go
now have a look
and
at the
unveil
global
the
leaderboard.
general leaderboard.
Indeed, we're gonna have a look at who exactly are the top 3 of the gold leaderboard. So we're gonna go back to the final one. That's gonna tell us who is number 1 across both encounters. But first, we're gonna go for the 6th player. Let's go for it. Cormier is taking the 6th spot with a total of 172 points. Their Cairn might have been a little bit slower than the other contenders, but their Doom already was such an improvement over what we could see in the Silver League. Incredible.
Really
And then
impressive work
the
by
5th
Cormier.
Indeed, truly. And then the 5th team to have made it onto this leaderboard is none other than, oh my gosh, Virtual Squirrels. The Frenchies remain in the top 5 with a total of 174 points, a Cairn that was the same speed as Cormier, but truly making a difference on that Doom timer. As a
Very
reminder, they were
much so.
third on the Gold League with that Doom. Better than them, we find digging even deeper. Their Cairn was just 1 second faster, and their Doom being just a few milliseconds slower puts them a good 3 points above the Frenchies. They
That is
are number 4 on the gold leaderboard.
And now we are on the top 3 of the gold
Indeed.
leaderboard. Are you
And
ready,
with that-
Sam?
I am ready to unveil them. Without further ado, the number 3 is none other than Chronomania, with a total of 182 points. Congratulations, Chronomania. Your extremely fast Cairn, faster than the best of the silver players, completely allowed you to turn your overall less good Doom into a victory, putting you third on that leaderboard. We award you this position, Chronomania.
Congratulations to Chronomania, which also has an interesting bonus fact, were classified silver and had to be moved into gold because how good they were.
And then we're going to be having a look at the number 2 people. They're none other than my chaotic Asylum. Congratulations for your 189 points. Your Cairn might not have been the fastest into the Gold League. However, the difference was made with your Doom kill. A very fast one. As we said, barely scratching that 5-minute limit. You are truly impressive.
And
finally,
that makes us unveil the last one.
Very easy to
The
guess for
real
the people.
gamers.
The real gamers are 17 elitists. Congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations.
You took the first place on the leaderboard. With
And they
the
almost
fastest
aced it.
Cairn. Yeah, they actually almost aced it. The fastest Cairn and the second fastest Doom. 198 points. Literally 2 points away from a perfect run. That is the 17 elitists. Bravo.
And congratulations to each of the teams. We may not have taken too much time to go into each POV and watch, but I will thank each one of you for participating, submitting a time. You were all amazing. You gave amazing support. And again, congratulations to 17 elitists for taking that June leaderboard. And I hope we will see them on the next months.
Yeah, Congratulations once again to everybody who has participated in this rating league. Congratulations actually not only to the teams that have competed, submitted times, devoted hours to practice, and gave their utmost in that 1 hour time frame to submit the logs. Congratulations also to the people who have organized this rating league, made it possible for us, this review stream, and for everybody to see this extreme display of skill that the participants have shown us. So thank you, Zoe, for having organized this, and thank you for having been my co-caster into this event. I was going in blind, and truly, you've helped me making it happen.
And I have to thank you very much for that, and also for stepping up as the main host of this event, which without you wouldn't have been the same. Thank you so very much for being here and hosting the June competition with me.
Well, thank you for having chosen me to do it. I'm once again apologizing to the viewers for the rushed stream setup. Some stuff will be changed for the next time. We will be making it a little bit better. We will be improving on what can be improved. And hopefully the next streams you're going to be watching are going to be of much higher quality and so much more enjoyable for you guys to watch. Moving on to the thanks, I would also like to thank the people who participated into the giveaway pool for the teams participating. And congratulations once again to the winners of this June Rating League.
And that's gonna be it.
Yes.
We will see you all next month for a new rating league. Maybe with even more guilds, who knows?
Yeah.
Guilds even more prepared, even more competition. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for next month.
Indeed. That was what we were expecting looking at this leaderboard. Some people didn't start, didn't finish, but they're still trying, they're still participating. Once again, if you want to get started playing raids, one of the team, the 6th one on the gold leaderboard, Premier, is part of an organization called IN that will allow you to get started in raids. And for the people who want to get to know more about the rating league, I'm pretty sure Zoe can put a link to the Discord server onto the stream chat. That would actually be very welcome, because I assume that not everybody watching the stream knows about the server, knows about the event. Some people might have ended here out of curiosity. Very thankful to them. And if you want to know a little bit more about all of this organization, I'm pretty sure Zoe is going to give you the link to have a look at that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Zoe. And I guess that's it for the rounds of thanking. I think nobody has been forgotten. If you want, go on, Zoe, if you have something to say.
I think we can wrap it up. I think that sums it all. Congratulations to all the teams. Thanks to you, we can continue making this league. Thank you for participating and submitting your log. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, Sam, for being here. And we will see you all on the next month. Have a good evening and see you all later.
Goodbye, lads.